How are we doing, guys? All Leeds TV, and it's player rating time. So, start with Bailey Peacock-Farrell. Again, I think it's been a poor performance off Bailey Peacock-Farrell today. You know, I thought he flapped a couple of times on crosses, and he made a really poor bit of communication with Liam Cooper that probably created Hull's best chance of the game. He did claim a really important cross late on in the game where he had to get there. He caught it rather than punching it, settled us down a little bit. But it's not really a great performance today. I've Bailey Peacock-Farrell under no real pressure. A 5 out of 10 for me. Maybe a bit harsh that one, but 5 out of 10 for me. Right back, Luke Ayling, I thought was really influential at times in the game. Defensively, nice and solid. A couple of poor decisions going forward, but it was another solid 7 out of 10. Typical Luke Ayling performance. I mean, you might as well call Luke Ayling Luke 7 out of 10 Ayling or 8 out of 10 Ayling, because it's always a 7 or 8 out of 10 for me off Luke Ayling the vast majority of the time. I can't really think of an occasion where I've gone much lower than that. He's been absolutely terrific all season and nice and consistent. That's typical Luke Ayling, 7 out of 10. Pontus Jansson, absolutely outstanding again. Just brilliant. He's just awesome. Absolute man mountain. 9 out of 10. You know, he had to keep his concentration today. You know, we were on top for large spells of those first 60, 70 minutes. He had to keep his concentration, and I thought he was absolutely inch perfect with everything he did. You know, he had to do a few things. You know, he really did keep that whole attack. He stopped that whole attack creating anything really. You know, with some crucial blocks, winning everything in the air. I just thought he was brilliant throughout the game. So settled, so much composure. 9 out of 10 for me. Liam Cooper on the other side of the partnership. Again, he just, like Bailey Peacock-Farrell, made a really poor decision in that first half, which quite easily could have led to a goal, and I have to take marks off for that. For 89 minutes, I think he's been pretty much faultless, but it's a 6 out of 10 for me. It was a really poor bit of communication between the goalkeeper and defender, and I can't really ignore that, so it's a 6 out of 10 for me. But he did make a really important block early on in the game off a corner. He did okay, a 6 out of 10 for me. Barry Douglas left back, 7 out of 10, and I'm a bit worried about that, Barry Douglas coming off. You know, Tom Pearce is a more than capable deputy, but we need Barry Douglas in this team. You know, his creativity. You know, on the left-hand side, we are struggling at the moment with Alioski, you know, well off form. And, you know, we're not struggling is a bit of an exaggeration because Barry Douglas is absolutely awesome. But Alioski is struggling himself on that left-hand side, so we need that creativity aspect off Barry Douglas. You know, Tom Pearce is good going forward, but we just need that Barry Douglas in this team at the moment, and it's worrying, that injury. Again, much like Luke Ayling, very similar performance to Luke Ayling, a 7 out of 10 for me today. Calvin Phillips in the holding role, 8 out of 10. Brilliant again. You know, there's one moment where a bit of a clumsy touch, but he recovered straight away. You know, he's influential for the goal as well. Another clipped pass off Calvin Phillips, moving the defence around. It's what has become his trademark this season. He's done it so many times. You know, against Rotherham, against Preston, tonight. Throughout the season, where we've maybe not got a goal from it, he's just found that clipped pass into KLICH or into the striker, and it's created the space, and it's really played a big part in the goal. And today it's the same. He plays the pass into KLICH. KLICH makes a touch. It goes to Roberts, but it all comes from Calvin Phillips' awareness and having that range of passing. 8 out of 10 for me. I thought he was excellent again. Jack Harrison on the right hand side started the game quite sloppy, but really did grow into it as the game progressed. I thought it was a bit harsh taking Jack Harrison off. I thought Alioski maybe should have been the player who came off, but you know, I'm not going to question Marcelo Bielsa. I never would. I thought nice and creative when he came on, nice and positive. Some lovely crossing, really dangerous crossing. It's caused panic in the whole back line. Maybe not his finest performance, but a 7 out of 10. A nice solid performance of Jack Harrison. Matty's KLICH, my man of the match again, once again, 9 out of 10. Possibly could even go to a 10 out of 10. He just absolutely bossed those first 60, 70 minutes, and throughout the game it was just absolutely perfect. I thought, just perfect. That's the only word I can think of for Matty's KLICH tonight. So crucial for the goal, the touch, everything he was doing, the passing. I don't think he gave the ball away once. It was just long range, short range. He knew everything. He just controlled the game. You know, he just knew exactly what to do at every given moment. You know, when to pull off a good flick, when to keep it simple, when to go for the long range pass. It was just absolutely another inch perfect performance of Matty's KLICH. 9 out of 10 for me, without question. And I think I'm being a bit harsh with a 9 out of 10 there, in all honesty. He was absolutely brilliant tonight. Samu Saeed, a 6 out of 10 for me. I thought really was inventive at times. He was looking to be positive on the ball. I thought he partners quite well alongside KLICH once again. That midfield tandem has absolutely been superb this season. The midfield trio really, if you go for Calvin Phillips as well. but it's just decision making was a little bit, again, not quite there. And there's one real moment in that second half, that really frustrated me when he took the dive. It was a dive, in all honesty, when we really probably could have scored from that chance. You know, he did a lovely bit of skill to get round the defender. He could have just got a shot off, and it'd have been a fantastic goal of Samuel Saïf. But unfortunately, he takes a dive, and I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated more for Samuel Saïf for that, because he had a really good chance to end his goal drought there. But it's one of them. You know, he's an absolute genius at the end of the day. He's going to have moments like that. You know, all geniuses have moments like that. 6 out of 10 for me. Özcan Alioski on the left-hand side, again, you know, it could have been so different had he took that chance in the first half, but he just doesn't seem to be playing with much confidence. He's not really taking on his full-back enough for me, and that's frustrating, really. You know, he has the opportunity to take on his full-back, and he doesn't. His decision-making's been a little bit off, and he just isn't influencing games enough. And maybe we're being a bit overcritical. Maybe we are, you know, as presenters, but you know, Ramblings has touched on it, Joe's touched on it, a lot of fans are touching on it on Twitter. It's just not happening for Özcan Alioski at the moment. Maybe he needs rest, maybe he needs to have a couple of games on the bench and coming off the bench and building up his confidence again, but it's just not happening at the moment for Alioski. A 5 out of 10 for me. Up front, Tyler Roberts, another really good performance for me. Fantastic goal, you know, really good goal. You know, the awareness to get the shot off, good bit of movement. Some lovely link-up play, could create a couple of chances through that. An 8 out of 10 for me, without question. The substitutions, Adam Forshaw, again, I was a little bit frustrated by Adam Forshaw. You know, I think a lot of it is down to fitness related, but he's not quite the same as what he was for the second half of last season, just not quite influencing things enough. His passing range, he still needs to find that passing range a little bit for me, and just influence things a little bit more. Maybe I'm being a bit overcritical, but I didn't quite feel... I thought the balancing at midfield went a little bit when Forshaw came on for Saïf, and I think he could influence things a little bit more for me. A 5 out of 10, not the greatest of impacts off Adam Forshaw. And in terms of impacts, though, I've got to say Stuart Dallas I thought was just really well. You know, initially came on for that right hand side, but then he moved to left back when Barry Douglas came off, and I thought he did really well at left back. He makes an absolutely crucial block in the 90 plus second minute, and I thought he did really well when he came on. He filled in that left back spot really well. But all in all, I think it's been some really good performances tonight. A few 9 out of 10s, a few 8 out of 10s. It's just a fantastic performance, really, from the individuals aspect of the game. I've been Oscar Marriott. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you check out Joe's review of the game and Rams to the South Stand. We'll be back again with our previews for the Brentford game. And in the meantime, make sure you check out our other videos as well. Joe's Monday Night Football and Rambling South Stand Synopsis. I've been Oscar Marriott, Leeds TV. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you later.